You're listening to the MadPositivity podcast. I'm John, and as always, I'm joined by my brother from another mother, Russell. What's up, Russ?
Pleasure to be here. All good.
Today, we're going to focus on motivation. What motivates you, or what doesn't motivate you? Why don't you have your motivation? What is it that fucked up your mojo? You know, you weren't always like this. You want to get up in the morning, you want to get shit done. And what is it that stops you from doing it? I always say the hardest part of the day is the first 15 minutes. You wake up, you open your eyes, and through your head goes 1,000 different reasons why you should lay back down and go to bed. That's the hardest part of your day. Get up, wash your face, clean your teeth, have a coffee, go get shit done. Handle your business, then handle your business. Russ.
Yeah.
Motivation.
No, totally agree. It is. It is the first 15 minutes. It is. It's like I kind of use the saying like, don't think, just do. Because if you give the brain like anything, like a new idea, you want to start a new fitness regime, whatever it may be, if you give your brain even a nanosecond to think, it'll give you a million reasons why you can't do it, why you shouldn't do it, and why it won't work. So the best thing to do is to just get up, brush your teeth, and handle your business. I mean, you know, this could be to do with whether you're starting a new business venture, you're starting a new fitness regime, or just taking that first step. Going back to the baby steps, you know, they say a journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step.
Yeah.
And sometimes the mind can get too logical, and it can get too precise with
Overthinking.
things. Yeah, overthinking leads to overwhelm. Overwhelm, everything's against you, it gets too much.
So the same principle is like if you ever stood on the top diving board somewhere.
Yeah.
And if you just walk up and jump, right, it's done. It's when you get to the edge and you start thinking about all the negatives that stop you from doing it, and you're forgetting that one amazing adrenaline rush that you're going to get when you finally do it. And once you've done it, you're going to go and do it 50, 100 times, and you've wasted all that time, all that worry. Like, if something happens to you, I've always say, it's done. You don't need to worry about it. You don't need to go, because if you worry, you suffer twice. You're suffering just as long. You suffered when it first happened. If something happened to you, you've suffered. It's done. Now you're on damage control. You know, you're on limitation. You're fixing that problem. Your mindset should be on, how am I going to fix this? What am I going to do? How am I going to get this done? Don't go backwards. Go forwards. Like, I wrote a section in a book that I'm writing, and it was called 0 to 1. Now, most people's problem, when they get to 1, a little bit of motivation and they can keep moving. It's like if you've got a large rock, it's initially, or a weight, that first bit of momentum that lifts it from the ground, that's 0 to 1. Once they get to 1 and the momentum's there, 1, 2, 3, 4, they can build that momentum. But people just will not get off the couch. And that's 0 to 1. They won't start. They sit there and they'll tell themselves, like you, of all people, know, December, people start saying, oh, I've drunk too much, I've eaten too much. January 1st, everybody's in the gym. It's like a football match, it's like a turnstile on the door. Come February 1st, have I signed up to a 12-month membership? Oh, what do I do? That's it. You started. That's what you did. Finish what you started. That's it. 0 to 1.
Yeah. Well, that is true. Yeah. It's like most people are saying like 0 to 100, aren't they? But you're not at 100 yet. So what you need to do is you need to just like bring yourself back to where you started. Like, it's easy for a coach or a mentor or someone in fitness or business to say, like, you should do this, you should do that, and so on. But you're not at that level yet. They need to actually bring themselves down to your current level, your current pain, your current situation, and work that first baby step forwards to get from 0 to 1.
But people just don't want that. It's that in between. Everyone wants to go from having nothing to having something. But what they don't realise is that journey in between that makes it worthwhile. Like, if you're born into money, or you all of a sudden come across money, how many lottery winners win the lottery, spunk it up the wall, and then they've got nothing? And the reason being is they didn't have to work for it. It was given to them. So they've got no healthy respect for it. It's the same principle with everything. You know, someone can't give you a six-pack. Even if you go and have liposuction, your eating habits are still the same. You're going to get it back. You know, there's no in-between. It's that mindset to train you to get to where you are, you know?
Yeah, and I put it down to, like, and I speak to you guys all about it, it's actually like enjoying and loving the work. It's falling in love with the process. It's going from becoming outcome-based to process-based. So you could be a guy sitting at the bus stop, for example, using this as an analogy. In the pouring rain, you forgot your umbrella, you're waiting for the bus, and a guy pulls up in a Lamborghini. A woman comes out the side with massive tits, looking the nuts. He's got a briefcase full of money, and you fall in love with that outcome.
Yeah, how do they get there?
You're thinking like, look at this. He's got everything that I want and everything that I don't have. But then imagine like an email then dropped into your inbox, and you checked your phone, and this email was 2,000 pages long. And this is every single sacrifice, everything he's had to give up, every long hour, every person he said no to, every relationship they've lost, every connection that they've lost, every hardship, every failure, every worry. And then you look at that and you go, fuck that. And it's the same thing we're looking at like Ryan Reynolds' physique in Deadpool. That's the kind of a physique I aspire to get to.
He's a unit, let's be honest.
He's a unit, yeah. He's like, it's cut out of stuff.
Yeah, he is.
However, yes, okay, he does have the luxuries of having like a trainer and he's only got one job to do. But if you was to look at the process of what he had to do, the work, you'd think, sod that.
I saw the same thing with Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at him in the Wolverine films, that geezer was jacked, ripped up, ripped. He's got muscles, the veins, a vascular. He wasn't born that way.
No.
And he'll tell you the work that he had to put in, the deadlifts that he had to do, to get to where he is. But it's the outcome, isn't it? I mean, but he enjoys the journey. I know that most people
and that
do.
is the key.
It's the endorphins, isn't it?
That is the key. It's enjoying the process, whether it's to do with your body, with your finances, with your relationship, whether it's enjoying doing the little things every single day
It's addictive.
that amount to the end. Yeah. Fall in love with the process. Enjoy the work. Enjoy the grind more than the outcome. Because when you don't have the outcome, you'll still want more.
Yeah.
You'll still look in the mirror and go, like, I'm not cut enough. I don't have enough abs. I don't
say that about weightlifting and bodybuilding and training. You'll never be big enough. You'll never be strong enough. But that in itself, for me, is the addiction. That's what keeps you going. Like Tyson Fury, for instance. I was watching an interview on the other day, and he went off the rails. Before, obviously, he's back now. And just for the record, I think Tyson will beat Wilder, and I think Tyson will beat AJ. Don't hate me in there. Right?
I agree.
But
I agree.
I do. I've got to back the Gypsy Boy. I'll be honest with you. I think he's gonna have it. He's gonna have that title. But that aside, he said right in an interview, he grew up watching Klitschko, right, thinking to himself, I can beat this guy. He's not unbeatable. His style, and he was picking holes in it all the way through, up to the point where he actually got the opportunity to fight him, and he was saying, I live to fight you. That's it. This is it. This is this fight. I can beat you. And he did beat him. And he beat him convincingly. And once he beat him, he went off the rails. Because all his life and all his career, that was his goal. That was his end game. He was relentless. Like you could not stop him. He was a juggernaut. There was nothing. And then when he got there, he felt that there was nothing more. And he went off the rails. He didn't like it. He said it weren't about the money. It weren't about the belts. It was to prove that he could do it. And none of it meant anything to him. And now he's got that hunger back because he knows. And after the Wilder fight, he's been validated, obviously, because of it's the work ethic. Now he knows that he can get it. He knows he feels as if he deserves it. But it's that when you get to that point, what next? That sort of stopped him. You know what I mean? Some people, for me, it's when you get there, it's not the what next, it's the maintain it. It's hard to get to where you are. It's not as hard to maintain it. That's with everything, not just fitness, that's business, that's family, that's you work your ass off to get there. Don't squander it. You couldn't do anything, don't give it up. You've got to keep going, stay hungry.
Yeah, stay hungry. Yeah, definitely stay hungry and love the work. And also, once you've got that outcome, this is when motivation only plays a part of it. It's when you're not motivated which keeps you consistent.
Yeah. Because
you have to be persistent and relentless to achieve your goal and to get where you want to be, whatever the goal may be, health-related, body, finance, whatever that is. But then once you've achieved it, I think it was Lance Armstrong that said, there is pain in your life if you haven't got what you want. And sooner or later, that feeling, it might take a year, a week, an hour, whatever it may be. But that feeling will subside and another feeling will take its place. And if another feeling takes its place, you become comfortable. If you become comfortable, you're not moving forward. And if you're staying the same, you are slowly getting worse than the average person and potentially moving backwards because you get complacent. And this is where motivation only plays half of it. It's doing the things you have to do to be consistent every day to achieve your outcome. Having the attitude when you don't want to do it. So I get people asking me all the time, how do you stay motivated to eat clean? How do you stay motivated to train? How do you stay motivated to work hard? And it's like, I do it because I know why I'm doing it, and I know my purpose and who and what I'm doing it for. But also, the other side of the coin is that when I don't feel like I want to do it, that's when I know someone else is working hard on me and someone else is achieving what I haven't got.
Mike Tyson
so you have to
say
do
that.
Yeah.
He used to run and train early in the morning when everyone was asleep. Muhammad Ali did the same thing. They used to run at night or like at 1, 2 a.m. because he felt I'm running when my opponent's asleep.
Yeah.
So therefore, he is not working as hard as me. And in my mind, you know, that's it. You know, it depends. You want to win. Do you want to win or not? Right?
Yeah.
It doesn't. It could be anything. It could be anything. It could be a test. It doesn't even have to be a physical attribute. It could be a mental. Because mental fitness is just as grueling as physical fitness.
Oh, of course, yeah.
If you're doing any sort of, you're doing an exam in your life, or you're trying to train yourself for something specific, it's the outcome. What do you want? How bad do you want it? You know, how bad do you want it? Like what we said before, you know, if you're moaning about your body weight, or you're moaning about your work, or you're moaning about your money, or you're moaning about your situation, in a month's time we sit down and you're still fucking moaning about it, you love it. Don't lie to me, and don't lie to yourself. Talking bullshit, you love your situation, you love it. Because if you didn't do nothing about it 4 weeks ago, you ain't going to do nothing in 4 years. Do something about it, even if it's baby steps, something as small as you've started to take a class, or you've started to watch YouTube videos. Then you've touched the stopwatch, that clock is ticking down to the time when you're not going to feel that shitty pain anymore, or that dismotivation, or any, you know, you're not going to feel that anymore. And that's the point of where you're going to be. Is do something about it. Get off your fucking arse. 0 is worse than 1. 0 to 1. Get to 1. If you're walking from the couch to the kitchen, or walking to the shop, or walking up some stairs, you're lapping everybody who's not doing what you're doing.
Exactly,
you know?
exactly.
And haters are going to hate. That's it.
Oh yeah,
you know?
haters are going to hate.
Listen to people's bullshit and tell you anything. You do what you got to do, not them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because this is the thing. It's like, you know, opinions don't pay the bills.
They're like arseholes.
Results
Everyone's
do.
got one.
Yeah, exactly. Opinions are like arseholes. Everyone does that. Yeah, and they usually stink.
And they all stink. That's going on my t-shirt.
I can't remember last time I paid my bills with people's opinions.
No, they don't.
My results pay my bills. You know, and stuff like that. And
your results, your reputation.
Touching on what you were saying, yeah, exactly. And the whole thing about, you know, you spend 4 weeks, you moan about your job, but you do everything to keep it. You'll work late, you'll do what your boss asks for, you do overtime, you won't call in sick, you won't do this. You're doing everything you can to keep it. But then, like, you know, this is not me trying to sound arrogant or anything like that, but there are people out there that will whinge and moan about their life and their situation, yet not use any free time within the same 24 hours we all have to do something about it.
And hate on people.
And hate on people that do. Yeah, we all have the same 24 hours, and somehow you say, oh, it's impossible. I can't change my situation. I can't change my state. I can't change whatever it may be. Yeah. But yet there's someone else out there in the same situation you that's doing something. They've proven it's not impossible until it's done. You know, something's only impossible to somebody who it's impossible to. Like that, just because you say to me, oh, it's impossible, doesn't mean it's impossible. It means that it's impossible for you, either because of your physicality or your mindset or whatever else. Anything's possible. The thing that does me the most is that it's when those people who hate their job and hate their thing, when someone else tries to do something about how they feel about something, the first thing they want to do is shit on them. Yeah.
You know, you always get those negative people, negativity, like no matter what happens, they'll never be happy. They'll never ever want, and the worst thing is they want to drag everyone down with them. Yeah. You've got to cut that shit out of your life. Those people out of your life completely. It doesn't matter who it is, what they do. If it's family, it's slightly more difficult, but you've got to spend a little bit less time with them because you cannot have that in your life. It's fucking contagious. It's like a cancer, and it will spread, and it fucks everything and everyone. Yeah. You've got to keep a positive circle of friends. Like I've always said to you, and you say the same thing, I want everybody around me to prosper. Mm-hmm. Because why do you want to be successful and then you're on your own? You want everyone around you to be successful too. You build a positive ring of people you trust and who are all successful together. You know, we're making a no cunt zone.
Yes,
that's it. Don't be cunting around here. No cunt zone. Don't stop it. You know what I mean? You don't need to be an arsehole. There's no need for it. Some people are just arseholish just for the sheer hell of being an arsehole.
Yeah.
That's it. And those are the worst people. And everybody knows who they are. You if you listen to this now, I guarantee you know at least 2 or 3 people that you could name that are an arsehole.
Yeah.
Just for the sake of being an arsehole. And if you went and spoke to them and went, oh, I had this bottle of wine over the weekend, or I went to see this film, they'll go, nah, shit, that it, for shit, I had a better one. Yeah. You know what I mean? Or look at my new coat. You know, I had one of them. You know, I had one that was better than that, and I paid $1,000 for it. Spewing bullshit. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing worse than a topper. You know, if you've been to Tenerife, they've been to 11
Yes, a super topper, yeah. Tenerife.
Super toppers. That's it. But you don't need to do it. Don't, you know, what's the point of being negative? What is the point? Just, there's no need.
Yeah, well, what I've learned is that, like, you know, everything in life is a mirror. And we mirror ourselves on people all the time. And me being negative to you saying to me, John, we'll start a new company, like, that won't work, I don't know why he's bothering, all that. All it is it's a reflection of my own insecurities and my limited belief and potential, my limited effort levels. I already know in my own head, I haven't got the minerals to do it. I haven't got the effort levels. And I'm too much of a pussy to take a chance. So I'm actually mirroring that on you by being negative. But if I want a piece of that as well, and I have that same mindset, I'm going to mirror on the positive side to it and say, come on, son, fucking have it. You know, I get fired up. Like one of my clients, he runs an air conditioning business. He's just told me that he took it over from his, he was working with his parents. He went on his own. He's just taken over his parents with how many contracts he's got. And he's absolutely smashing the arsehole out of the business.
Oh, they own the company.
Yeah. But they kind of work alongside. But now he's like, I've just literally like 10x the business in the last
took it and run with it.
He's absolutely smashed it.
Well, Gary Vee did.
Yeah.
Basically.
And I don't look at him with green eyes. I don't resent him. I don't think flash prick, all that sort of. I'm literally like, you are motivating me. You're firing me up.
How did you do it? How did you do it?
I want to learn.
Talk to me about your motivation, your mind process. How did you take something and you built it bigger? You want to learn.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly.
Because they can serve me in one way and I can serve them in another.
How do his parents feel about it?
They're just happy for him. No, they really are.
Because you get some that are like resentful, and also a lot of people stuck in their ways. You know, I'd imagine his parents, when he said to him about if he wanted to move it in a different direction, they'd shit on it and sort of say, you know, I don't, you know, you shouldn't do this or you shouldn't do that or whatever else. But it's a different climate now.
Yeah.
You know, it's a different climate. Like, I was looking into this the other day. You've got people making 7 figures on Amazon.
Yeah.
You got people making 6 and 7 figures as an influencer on Instagram, talking to their followers about what they should and shouldn't buy. You got people opening boxes of stuff on YouTube, making like 80 and 90 grand a week. Something stupid like that. We live in a crazy time, right? Kylie Jenner, this is the one that absolutely gets me, right? Kylie Jenner, I don't know how old she is. What is she, 18, 19?
Something like that.
Young girl, right? So she's obviously going to take the limelight from Kim Kardashian. Obviously, right? Pretty girl. Her face, she's gorgeous now, but she's obviously done some shit to her face. If you see the earlier series, a weird face, right? And I only know this because my wife watches this, so don't judge me, right? Okay? What I'm trying to get at here, I digress, right? What I'm trying to get at here is she's the youngest billionaire. I think I'm right in saying the youngest billionaire, also the youngest female billionaire, right? She got to that stage because she was nearly a billionaire, right? Then her fans on Snapchat, Instagram, and everything else started a crowdfunding to pay money into her and buy all her shit to get her to be a billionaire.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy. They wanted her to be a billionaire for the sake of she could be a billionaire.
Yeah.
Now, how much influence have you got to have over people, right, to have that sort of power? That is fucking unreal. This woman, right, she's a young girl. She's got that much power.
Yeah.
People are giving her fucking money because they want her to be richer.
Yeah.
That is fucking crazy. That's fucking crazy, Russell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's mental.
I cannot fathom that, right? I can't get my fucking head around it. She was nearly a billionaire and they crowdfunded her to be a billionaire, to get her to that point. I mean, I'm not saying she's not a clever girl, right? I don't know whether it's her. I reckon it's the mum, right? The mum is business savvy. I mean, look what she's done for that family. All of them. You know?
Oh, yeah.
They're all like, you know, all eyes on Kanye at the moment, though, because honestly, I reckon next couple of years they're gonna go crazy with the old facial, plastic surgery.
Oh yeah. They're gonna try and be immortal. That's what it is. They want to defy the laws of aging and stuff like that. But I tell you what, in one breath, right?
Their business model though is fucking.
I've got massive respect for her as an influencer. And what she's
mate,
done.
the business model for that family is fucking unreal.
She had,
you've got to be jealous. Yeah. I am. I'm jealous. I am.
But this is the power of like society, where they can just grow and grow and multiply. Like she had the most liked picture in the world on Instagram.
Did she?
Which was a picture of a baby, I think it was.
Her baby.
Yeah.
Oh, when she broke it, she broke
the internet with this picture.
She put the two when it was born because. Apparently, did she not keep it quiet the whole way through?
I think so.
And then she kept it quiet that she was pregnant.
I'm trying to follow the last minute.
But Kim had a baby at the same time, didn't it?
Yeah, I think both had a baby more like a competition. Time.
But weren't her baby was like a surrogate?
I'm not too sure. I don't follow him.
That family's like neither do I. There you go. This is us riffing about the Kardashians. This is like so. That business model of that family, though, right? And it all started from a sex tape.
Yeah.
Right? And then all of a sudden, she's like the most famous person in the world. No matter what, that whole family, you know? It's got some crazy... I didn't know that was the most liked...
Well, it was. This is what I'm trying to say. Have you not seen lately that loads of people are posting pictures of an egg? And even on Snapchat now, there's like an egg filter.
What?
Well, basically, I may be wrong, but I think it's a guy from the UK, and he wanted to beat Kylie Jenner's picture, so he posted just a picture of an egg.
What is
he
it?
Said, let's make this. Yeah, it's one photo for the account. It's got millions of followers, and he said, let's try and beat Kylie Jenner's picture with an egg, and it's like quadrupled the likes.
Are you serious?
Quadrupled the likes. If you used to Google this, like,
what is it?
Well, I think it's like world record egg or something like that. I don't follow it on Instagram, but on there, it has more likes on Instagram than Kylie Jenner.
1 second. It's an egg picture. Yeah, 19-year-old Indian boy made the egg defeat Kylie Jenner in Instagram. What?
So this is the power of influence.
What? What a time to be alive. Egg picture beats Kylie Jenner to most liked Instagram picture of all time. What is that? The picture?
Yeah, just right. Picture of an egg.
You need to Google this. Yeah, of this picture of this egg. It's just basically it's a fucking egg. Basically, for what? How many? Oh my god, 24.5 million likes.
I think it's great.
What is wrong with people? What's wrong with people?
If you look when that posted, it's probably posted a long time.
I'll tell you what. I hope he monetized the advertising on that egg. Honestly, Jesus Christ, it's well. Oh, and then Kylie, look, and then she posted a picture of herself with an egg. Kylie, when she's seen the world record egg account, she's like posted a picture. Oh, she smashed it. There's a picture of, like, basically, she posted on Instagram, yeah, of her throwing an egg on the floor. So she's obviously got the ump. Okay. I cannot believe that, right? So hang on. Oh, look, 50, as it stands at the minute, right? This is the actual world record, right? So it's world_record_egg. 8.5 million followers for a fucking egg. Come on. Really? Really? Right. And 50,144,282 likes. Let's see a world record together and get the most likes on Instagram, beating the current world record held by Kylie Jenner, 18 million. We got this.
Smashed it.
And literally...
Excuse the bum.
Smashed it! That's it. Brilliant. Oh, what a great cracking. Right.
Cracking, love it.
So, I can't...
It's all about egg on her face.
No, I'm blown away by... Wow. 50 million likes for an egg.
I mean, that's it, and that's why we've proper segued out, haven't we? But what we were talking about, but
from motivation to the Kardashians,
to an egg, to
let's all. Well, to be honest with you, motivation in itself, right? This just goes to show you nothing's impossible, right? A guy thought, an Indian guy, I think it's an Indian guy. He did say he was an Indian guy. Yes, he is an Indian student, right? So an Indian student thought, do you know what, right? I'm going to post a picture of an egg. And it's going to get more likes than Kylie Jenner's 8 million. And his mates... Now, bearing in mind, just picture yourself saying to somebody what I'm saying to you now. We're going to post a picture of an egg and see how many likes we get for it. Now, I don't know about you, but my mates, as positive as they are probably going to say, what are you doing? Really? It's an egg. It's an egg. But nothing's impossible. This geezer's got an egg. This guy's got an egg to 50.5 million likes. Nothing's impossible. You go, girl.
That's just showing it right there, isn't it?
I'm blown away by that. There you go. Nothing's impossible.
Well, that's it. Like, and that just goes to show that, yeah, any idea that sparks in your mind for a new business venture, a new fitness, whatever it may be, the power of the internet now is that you've got a shop window. Like, years ago, you had to rely on, like, direct mail, foot traffic, going out flyering. Look, you might be lucky enough to get on your radio station, in the newspaper, whatever it may be.
You build your own radio station now, don't you?
This is it. Well, this is what we're doing right now. And now you have the power of just getting out to millions upon millions of people. And if your message is right and people like what you do and it's entertaining and you give them good information, you know, good content, even a fucking egg, but whatever it may be, like off the back of that egg, he can have a link to be selling. I think they do actually on there. There's a link to sell t-shirts with the egg.
What, egg pictures of egg?
Pictures of the egg.
It's got hashtag egg soldiers, egg gang, like the egg.
Yeah, and I think if you go onto the Instagram page, this is a plug for this guy. Yeah, you can actually purchase t-shirts of the egg.
Yeah, world record. Well, this is Instagram. It doesn't actually have his name, world record egg.
And if you see that,
there's two eggs. There's two pictures. Yeah. That one's got a slight crack in it. There's two pictures on there, and that's got right. There's two pictures. The first one is the normal egg. The second picture has got 7.3 million. He's posted the second one, but that's actually got a small crack in it. So the egg, it's got two posts on his account. I'll take a picture of this and I'll put it up on the website and I'll share it on Twitter. But I'm,
blown away.
I am.
I only found out about this recently. We were just like spitballing about like Instagram and how to get more followers. And one of the lads just said, like, you know, someone just posted an egg and within a few months he had like over, I don't know, how many's there now? I think it's saying something like 25 million likes. Now it's like 40 million or something, 50 million.
So yeah, but how did he advertise this? Was it? I don't remember seeing it advertised. So how did he get that out there?
I don't know.
Because I'll tell you what, this man used to write. This one used to write a book. How did he get? What was it? He just posted it. Someone liked it, and it went on their feed, and then went like this egg for no apparent reason. Because what is it? Have you ever seen a Facebook post that say
share this for no apparent reason,
or tag someone in for no apparent reason?
Yeah, share this picture of a tea towel for no reason.
That just shows you what the influence.
But that happened one year.
Is.
You remember with
because it's reached Kylie Jenner himself.
X Factor. They boycotted the #1 single,
Rage Against the Machine,
Killing in the Name of.
Yeah,
and it is because
they've never had a #1 since.
No,
I don't think.
No, and that's what people. But it's that power of people thinking like it's so stupid. How can it work? But people like to see that happen, and it's like. Do you remember being at festivals and people kept shouting out Alan, and people just looking around, Alan, and I've met people from all around the UK
I do remember that.
and told that story, and no matter what festival they've been at, people come to like Tomorrowland and they go, Alan, and
but there's always an Alan.
Hold up signs, anyone seen Alan? What the fuck is Alan? But it trends, and this is one thing. If you know what trends and what's working, use it to your advantage. You know.
Yeah, yeah, that's it.
I think I need to do a workout with a giant egg on my head. You know, see what happens.
Eggs, unbelievable. But it just goes to show you, nothing's impossible. The internet is a crazy thing. Like, have you seen that YouTube video? My kids love it. Baby Shark. 2.8 or 22, something like that, billion views.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. Another one is that, have you heard of PewDiePie?
Yeah, PewDiePie, he's like the #1 YouTuber, isn't he?
Yeah, we've got like 80 million followers, but there's this Indian channel called TSeries, and my kids have been telling me about it, right? So, obviously, PewDiePie's got worldwide following of 80 million. TSeries is just in India.
Yeah,
right? And it's nearly caught him. It's at 75 million. And I think it's like a music channel or something.
Okay.
So they had this massive advertising campaign built up just to get him a few more followers so he'd stay in front of T-Series. And then he released a couple of diss videos of it called, what was it? Bitch Lasagna. That was what it's called. Eat Bitch Lasagna. Right? But that advertising revenue, I mean, they reckon he earns 18.5 million a year just off his YouTube.
Crazy.
But he's got other sponsorships and everything else. But that's off his revenue of like his likes, his advertising, and everything else. There's nothing you can't do now.
Well, this is the great thing as well. Like, so if like anyone, well, you know, not to be ageist or whatever it may be, but if you are in that age group,
it's irrelevant.
Yeah, but if you wanted to be like a singer or a producer, or you've got a talent or something, you don't have to go for auditions and get the approval of a panelist of pop stars that had never been at the top of their game
start your own
use auto-tune themselves, not to talk negatively, but they're giving you their opinion of what they think is credible or not. And you think about the anxiety, the emotional side of things. If they've said no, they get an X or a buzzer. What they have to go through after that, because no one thinks about at the time what they go through after that. Do they just completely give up on their dream of being a trapeze artist, a singer, a rapper, a producer, whatever it may be, because a few people out of the millions on the planet, their opinion, like, I don't want to name names, but you know these people aren't the best at what they do. You know, you haven't got like the likes of Eminem on that panel, have you?
No.
Or like the top singers there are. It's always the kind of mediocre in the middle, and you think like, do I really want to listen to you?
This year's.
If you were that great, wouldn't you still be doing it now?
Yeah.
So you don't need to. This is it, because we have these limiting beliefs, and it doesn't help.
It's validation.
It's validation.
Validation from your peers. Why do you want that?
But you don't need that. So now you can get a mic like we've got now, a camera, and you can record yourself singing, and you can get likes and likes. There are people on there on YouTube channels that have millions of subscribers, hundreds of thousands of viewers, and they're making more money than certain recording artists without any overheads. No manager, no cuts, no nothing. And they're doing what they're passionate about without that approval.
Then it winds you up, though.
Which is great. It's a great platform.
Yeah. It winds you up, though, when someone goes, oh, you want to be the next Joe Rogan, or you want to be this. No, I want to be the new John Downham.
Yeah.
That's it. You know,
you
can't be those people, right? And I don't want to be, but I'd love to be held in esteem with them.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it is. It's just, that's part and parcel of it. That validation shouldn't be from someone else. It's that you want to be everything that you can be. You know, I didn't start it to be the same. I started it to express something different.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you know what I love? Is when you bump into old friends and they say you've changed. And they say you've changed in a negative manner. But I look at it as a positive. It's a compliment.
People say that. Do you know what I mean? You've changed a negative, man. Like you feel. Why don't you feel the need to tell me that?
No, they're not saying it as in you've changed to be negative.
Yeah,
like the way they say, it's like they're saying it like it's a negative thing. Like you've changed.
You're not like you used to be.
Yeah, you're not like you used to be. And it's like, well, I had to become a different person to get something I never had. You've got to do something you've never done, or something you never had. And it's like, you saying that to me, that's a compliment.
Yeah.
That's how we can always flip it to
You've evolved.
Thank you so much.
It's like your skin.
If you just, if you said I was the same person, the same personality, the same mindset, the same ceiling reaching every day for the last 5 years, I'd be like,
progressed. You're like, oh, what have I been doing with my life? You know? Yeah, you've changed. Yeah, last time you saw me I was 16. I didn't have a beard because I couldn't fucking grow one. Alright? That's it. I can't drink 30 pints anymore like I used to when I was rugby or whatever. I can't do it anymore. Okay? I'm married, I've got kids.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's it.
And that's what I like that Matthew McConaughey speech he did when he won an award.
Oh, well, he's
chasing himself. He was chasing me 5 years, me 10 years. So what are you doing in 5 years? Chasing me 5 years more.
Yeah.
And it's being the best version of yourself.
I like him. He's very good. Yeah. He's a great actor.
It's about being. You've got to kind of figure out who you are, but then also become the person you have to be. Because so many people, once we said before, it's like the outcome base is something too far to measure, and sometimes you don't achieve it. If you don't achieve it, you put less effort in to achieve it again. And then if you do that 5-6 times over, you give up on that dream. So instead of thinking like, okay, I want this out of life, this is what I have to do, you might not show up every day. So why not think about the outcome and the date and the time and all that? It is good to set goals and times, you know, it is good. But why not just flip it and just say, like, who am I and who do I need to be? And then every day, like an affirmation, you know, in the morning, your morning routine, whether you meditate, affirmations, you do priming, breathing techniques, listen to a song or whatever it may be on YouTube, sit down and think, like, who am I? So if you're loving, write down one thing you've got to do today to be loving. If I'm successful, what is the one thing you've got to do today to be successful? If I'm inspiring, what do I need to do? If I'm wealthy, what do I need to do? And if you write those things down each day, and you do those things each day, you get consistency. And eventually, because you're showing up every day and you're being consistent, and you're not thinking about the outcome, you're practicing the process of who you are, eventually the outcome comes. And then if you set a time zone without doing that and you don't achieve it, you kick yourself because you're like, oh yeah, I did have that binge or I didn't show up to that meeting. But you've got to keep going and think, this is who I am.
You're evolving.
Yeah, so that you're not just changing for a temporary outcome. You're evolving as a person, as you said. You're evolving as a person to become this person you have to be to get your desired outcome in life. And it's saying, I am this every single day. And I would like challenge anyone that says they can't take 10 minutes out of their day every morning or wake up 10 minutes early every single day to do that. So literally just write down or set some intentions and then follow through.
It's the evolution of it though. Because the idea is that the journey will change you.
Yeah.
You're not going to be the same fucking person, because if you get to the end and you're like, oh, I'm still the same person, you've wasted your fucking time.
Yeah.
Because before, something was missing. And you've obviously worked towards that goal and you've gained something else. Like, you're going to lose things on the way. And the things that you lose on the way are normally the negative shit. Like, you might leave behind that negative person or that negative job or that negative place. You know, get out of your comfort zone. Fuck all grows in the comfort zones. Nothing. You know what I mean? Get out there and give a fuck. Go help some people on the way as well.
Yeah.
You know, build your mind, build your soul. You know what I mean? It doesn't. It could be a matter of all sorts of things. Most people, it's their environment. You know, it's their environment. They're stagnating. You know,
you're a product of your environment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like people say, one of the good. Someone said to me once about the grass is always greener. It made me think. Right. It made me think that you're in a field. Right, and the geezer's field beside you is beautiful. The one there's beautiful, whatever else, but yours looks like a pile of shit. Right, there's a reason for that. You're not like going to get up, move into their field, because you're going to take all your shit with you and fuck up their field. The reason their grass is greener is because they attend it.
They nurture
right?
it. Yeah.
They nurture it, they let it grow and everything else. And if you just take that time, right, to do that, your grass would be fucking greener as well. So why is the grass always greener? Why not make your own grass greener?
Nurture your own grass.
Exactly. Like people were saying, like I was talking to my son the other day. It was about living on Mars. Yeah. It's the same principle. He was like, oh, they're talking about ways to terraform Mars, put these domes and terraform it. And he was like, oh, just for when we ruin the planet. I said, well, when we ruin this fucking planet, why don't we terraform and put domes on this one? Why have we got to go to another place that's uninhabitable to leave a planet that we've made uninhabitable? So what's the difference? Do you know what I mean? Why have we got to travel for fucking miles from somewhere that we've made uninhabitable to somewhere uninhabitable? That's the point of what I'm trying to say to you. It's the same principle for grass is greener. Don't fuck up where you are, then go somewhere else and make the effort there. Make the effort here and don't fuck it up here.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's in general in everything. Make the difference.
And it's the small things that make the biggest difference.
Of course it is.
What you repeat every day. And that is the thing, isn't it? So, like, you look over the fence, you're jealous of their grass, but you don't know the work that they've put in.
And you're not interested in putting the fucking work in.
So you get there and you fuck it.
You would rather someone else have done all the work and you take all the benefits of it, but then you get into the stage of when you get to where you've got to be, it doesn't stop. Maintenance starts.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And if you don't maintain the higher standard that got it to that place in the same place, it's going to go straight back to the shit house. And now there's one field that's fucked because you fucked it, and now there's two fields.
Yeah. And because you've spent 2-3 days nurturing the grass and it hasn't changed, you lose interest.
Yeah, that's it, you give up.
Do you know like bamboo takes 5 years to grow?
Yeah.
So bamboo, I think it's 5 years or 3, I can't remember, 3 or 5, but like bamboo, you don't actually see anything sprout from the ground for about 3 to 5 years.
Yeah.
So it's underground the whole time.
Specific grass and ground or something. They have to nurture it.
But what the farmer does, he nurtures it every day. So he may see, so this is like, and then he may see everyone else's crops around him, different crops growing every day and harvesting, but he sees fuck all.
Yeah.
But what happens is every single day, it's the process again, the consistency, he nurtures it. But after those 3 to 5 years, it grows like 90 foot in 3 months.
They use it
just spreads. But that's that massive exponential growth, and you see it. So that's like when you know, momentum, And that's like if you chip away each day, like 20 minutes of working out each day, or 20 minutes on your new business, or 20 minutes studying something else. Over time, you get exponential growth, and then you get better outcomes. Yeah, exactly. Every little baby
little wins amount to something fucking massive.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Like the dung beetle. Pushes his little bit of shit round, then it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. You know? And
there is, because it is good to celebrate the wins,
Just pushing his big pile of shit around, right? You know what I mean?
There is an app called win streak.
Push his shit around.
There's an app called win streak.
Never heard of it.
So I recommend you download it.
Yes, you told me about it. This is where it tells you each day or something. It goes, woohoo! Well done, you've done this or something, or gives you a little chance or something.
And it sounds cheesy as fuck.
That's fucking awesome.
We just keep thinking about, like, oh, have we made this money? Have we got this? Little wins.
Like, do you know what? Yeah, that win streak thing is a good thing. And I'll tell you for why. You ever use Nike Plus?
Yeah.
The app.
Yeah, the app.
It's shameless that they're not paying for this, all right? It's what I'm saying. But if you want to, like, you know where it goes. John at MadPositivity.tv, hit me up. But, like, it's when you're running, you can turn on Facebook cheers.
Right, okay.
So so when people can like it and write things, and it will tell you while you're running, because it maps your run live and sends it to Facebook.
Oh.
But also they have famous people obviously tell you, like, well done, you've beaten your record, blah blah blah. But it's those cheers and people watching, like, you hear them in your ear while you're running, like when you hit certain milestones that sort of help you push on. That motivation. Like, I did the London Marathon, right? And I'm not the fittest guy in the world, okay? Right? I didn't do any training. I thought, how hard can that be? I'm not advocating that. Please don't do that. You know what I mean? It's not the best idea in the world. But I approached the London Marathon with the rhetoric. I'm going to start running where it says start, and I'm going to stop when it says finish. Meat and potatoes, okay? It was a little bit more difficult than that, I'm going to say, and I couldn't walk properly for 2 or 3 days. But the same rhetoric. You're running round, and now they encourage you to write your name on your top. Yeah, when you're going around. The atmosphere is fucking electric. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
You've never seen anything like it. So much so that when I finished the marathon, I said to myself, bollocks, I'm never going to do this again. I've put my name down again for it this year. Right? That's for the sole reason.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're running around, you could start to slow down and people see your name on your top and shout, go on, John, go on, John, go on, John. And it's that momentum of all these positive people that can see when you're slightly down, right, picking you up and giving you that support to go forwards. Mm-hmm. And that is what you should get from your circle of friends, 100%. Your circle of people. And if you're not hanging around with people that are like that, you need to get yourself a new fucking circle of friends, yeah? Or eradicate those ones. Do you know what I mean? Or cut out the ones that don't.
Yeah.
Be ruthless. Be ruthless. Don't feel bad about it. Don't feel bad at all. Because they should expect it. If someone comes in and just shits on everything, they got to go.
Yeah.
They got to go. That's it.
And if you're not if you're not happy with your current situation, and you're, not saying your friends are contact, but you haven't got that right environment.
Some do.
When you go home at night and you're depressed, you're anxious, you're suffering, this sort of stuff, you're arguing with the missus, whatever it may be, your friends aren't taking that shit on. They couldn't give a fuck.
No, that's it.
So why should you care about spending? Spending less time.
Anywhere else.
Do you know what I mean? You shouldn't feel guilty not spending less time with these people and more time and more positive to get that. So many people will sacrifice so much to get something to impress other people that don't give a shit. Yeah. Someone will work and work and work their arse off to buy that flash car, sacrifice time with their family, time with their friends, time on their health, become fat, lazy, all that sort of stuff, and they pull up in the flash car. Lads go, oh, that's nice. As soon as they drive away, they go, flash cunt.
Yeah, that's
it's like, what have you sacrificed those 5 years, 10 years,
jealousy.
Whatever it may be?
It's always going to get jealousy.
But you're doing it for the approval of others that just don't give a fuck. So you just need to concentrate on you. I always say about the hierarchy of responsibility. At the top of the pyramid comes you, then your family, then your friends, and then your work colleagues. Because they even say when you're up in the plane, when the gas masks come down, the oxygen mask, sorry.
Put your own on first.
And then your kids. Because if you've got several kids like you have, it takes about 20 minutes to do it.
Take 20 minutes.
But if you're going for the first child, second child, and then you lose oxygen and pass out, you've just killed your other 5 kids.
Yeah, that's right.
So you should have looked after yourself first so you can look after everyone else around you. And if your friends aren't making that better and you're fucked, you need to unfuck yourself by finding a new group of friends that are loving life as much as you and want to see you grow and blossom.
That I love. That's that phrase. Unfuck yourself.
Unfuck yourself.
Right? Because it's all about the reversal of what got you in that place in the first place. I love that saying. Unfuck yourself. That is it. Because you're the only one who can do it.
Yeah.
You have to choose. You've got to want to do it. You have to want to do it. No one can make you do it. You have to want to unfuck yourself. Mm-hmm. Yeah? And if you don't, you're going to stay in the same place. You keep doing what you've always done, you keep getting what you've always got. And that's 100%. It. And that's it. But that's it. You're your own worst enemy. Everybody is. Everybody has a bad day. Everybody has a negative day. Right? Not everybody's going to... You're going to do a diet and... Right, you look at The Rock's Instagram page and whatever else, and he goes like 150 days, not like just eating rice and chicken. Okay, not everyone's going to be as motivated as that man. You know what I mean? But he is probably as close to a demigod as you're ever going to see one, isn't he? Do you know what I mean? You want a bit of motivation? Get on Instagram, look up Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, and look at that man's life. I defy anyone to not look at that in the morning, first thing in the morning. Make yourself coffee. Just look at a couple of pages of that man's life, and if you don't want to go out and go for a run, well. I'm blown away.
Oh, he's motivating, he's inspiring.
That man is unbelievable.
But what I love about him the most is the amount of gratitude he has.
Yeah, because he realises that he had fuck all.
Yeah.
You know, that's why his label's called £7. Because he's got a famous quote for saying that, sorry, $7. $7, right? Yeah. And because he said that when he was wrestling, he was getting $70, I think it was $70 a match he was getting. And one day, he had put his hand in his pocket, he was broke. He had $7 in his pocket. He said, I knew two things. I've got $7 in my pocket and I'm broke. And the next thing I know is, this time next year I fucking won't be. And now look at him. I think he's only just been taken over as the highest paid actor in Hollywood. I think it's Mark Wahlberg now.
Yeah.
But he was the most. But if you look at all of what The Rock does, like things like, what's that program? Where he's the American football agent, Ballers.
Ballers, yeah.
Mark Wahlberg produces a lot of his kit, a lot of things that he does, a lot of his films, bits and pieces like that. But now, I mean, I heard rumours that he was going to make another version of Twins, you know, Arnie, but him and Kevin, what's the little comedian guy from
Kevin Hart?
Kevin Hart. They were going to make Twins, right? They were going to remake it, and Kevin Hart was obviously going to be Danny DeVito's part, and Rock was going to be Arnie's part. But like, I've heard rumours you're going to do that now.
I'll go see that movie.
I would. I'll go see it. But that man is probably as close to Arnie as you're going to get.
Oh, it's this generation's Arnold Schwarzenegger. And he's got it all. He's got the charisma, the personality, the work ethic is unreal. Humble as hell. Yeah. And it is that gratitude. Yeah. And I think that's where it comes from. It stems from the most. It's that, like... Not having fuck all. Yeah. Being very grateful that you have it. Yeah. What you've already got, I think you should have more access to more stuff like wealth. Because if you're not grateful, if you're not grateful for everything that you have right now, why the fuck should you be allowed more? Do you know what I mean?
Why do you deserve it?
Why do you deserve it? Don't have this sense of entitlement. Like, be grateful for what you have now, and then you'll realise how lucky you are, and then work harder at it.
What is wealth? See, when we say wealth, we automatically think money.
Bank balance.
But wealth, could be health, could be family, could be job, could be stability, could be house, could be place, could be, like you might say, you travel around the world with your laptop doing your digital business, right? Just going from place to place to place. You earn enough money to do that and live that life. You're not fucking rich, right? There's wealthy, in my opinion, which means you've got enough money for generations. That's what wealth means to me. That's generations of money. Your next 2 or 3, 4 of them, as long as they've got a little bit of savvy, will have money for life. Rich is then, you earn enough money to live a life where you haven't got to worry about empty cupboards. You ain't got to worry about if a bill comes in or you got a fucking flat tyre, shit, how am I going to fix it? Fuck, I can't put electric and gas on the electric bill. And I've lived that life. And that fucking sucks.
It's horrible.
Do you know what I mean? Being cold and having, like, your missus cry because she's cold. Do you know what I mean? I've lived that life. And I don't ever want to go back there.
That's a motivator for me.
Fucking right. It's in the back of my head constantly.
I remember pushing one of my guys once. Yeah, I remember pushing one of my guys once. And I was only pushing him to try and get a good outcome and to help him, to say, like, you can do more, you can do better. I know it's a change in the way you do your processes with selling and stuff like that, but you're going to get more out of it. You're going to get better clients, you're going to help more people. And he had the cheek to say to me, well, it's easy for you to say, Russ, you do all right for yourself.
Oh, fuck me. That's like the old fucking saying, you're lucky, Russell. You're fucking lucky.
Do you know what? He said, you forget what it was. And he said, you forget what it's like to struggle. And I said to him, hang on a minute, motherfucker, right? I said... The reason why I push so hard every day is because I remember every fucking morning what it was like to not be able to put petrol in my car, to live from, have a job, J-O-B, just over broke. Yeah? That's what J-O-B stands for, like just over broke. And it is being a slave to a salary. Salary is more addictive, we'll get t-shirts out soon. Salary is more addictive than fucking crack and heroin. And once you get addicted to that salary, you get addicted to that lifestyle, and you're living just over broke. You spoke about before, like you're popping champagne on a Saturday. By the end of the month, you're
what are you fucking
bin.
celebrating? Yeah, that's it. It's true. That to me is like, I like a drink. It's the next member. Fuck me. You're in your comfort zone. I mean, you're right. A job, just over broke.
Just over broke. But so you're living within your means. You can do what you want.
People don't understand that.
You are always like, just about budgets, just about doing that, and. It doesn't matter, and it doesn't matter what salary you're on to do it. Because you can be just over broke on 15k a year, you can be just over broke on 500k a year. But living a rich life is living that freedom of, like, having that balance and that integration.
Do what you want when you want. That to me is rich. Do what I want when I want. It's not. It doesn't have to be that I'm earning millions. It can be. I mean, I'm not a millionaire, right? I do all right, but I have got that life. I can do what I want when I want. Do you know what I mean? And I'm happy. My kids are happy. My wife's happy. Everyone's happy. She's not crying. She's not moaning. It's cold. You know. If I want to put a fucking heat on, I'll put a heat on. Do you know what I mean? It is what it is. I'm not living in that life. It's and I don't want to go back there. It's not like, oh, you've forgotten what it's like to have the struggle. No, I tell you what I haven't forgotten. I haven't forgotten how to keep me from that fucking struggle. That's what I haven't forgotten. Yeah. And I'm trying to help you. And if you can't see that, that's the resentment. That is a negative. That's a negative mind. They think. But here's the thing, right? We come from a generation. Yeah, I'm 38 years old, right? I'm 39 in March. It's now January, by the way, 2019. Yeah, so I grew up in the 80s. I had a mobile phone when I was 18 years old, right? I remember, and I've still got it on my desk right here, you can't see it, there's a fucking NES there. 2 buttons, the old original NES. I love that thing. Computer games were simple and easy. And I was sitting there playing them with my kids the other day, and they were like, Dad, this is terrible. Do you know what I mean? The old Mario 2D or Dr. Mario and that. I love that shit. I love it. It's simplicity. That is why, bearing in mind as well, Apple used that same rhetoric. They might look fucking space age, but it's simplicity. That's simplicity. And that's from an 80s child. And Steve Jobs said that. There's a YouTube video somewhere. Can't remember where it is. I'll find it. I'll post it on there. That says that's where he got it from. That simplicity about the 80s and that easiness to get to that point. And so children now, right, it's different. They've got phones. They've got access to the internet. We had a fucking library. Do you know what I mean? We had a library and everything. We had to go looking for it. If you wanted to go around your mates, you get on your fucking bike. Yeah. You ever seen Stranger Things? Yeah. Anyone who's seen Stranger Things, you want to know what it was like in the 80s? Or watch The Goonies, right? You didn't have a phone. You could text people. You can't say, oh, I'm outside. You knock on the fucking door. Hello, Mrs. Gordon, Russell. Could Russell come out to play, please? Do you know what I mean? You knock on the fucking door, didn't you? We had to physically do some shit. I'll tell you another one. And when I showed my kids, my mum's still got one of them old phones, you know, with the granny and everything. The kids are like, how do you text? First thing my boy said to me, how do you text on it? I was like, really? Fuck's sake. Do you know what I mean? How do you text on it? But the point is kids now, right, they're spoiled for choice with things. We're not in a generation where we fix things anymore. If something's broke, you throw it away, you buy another one. You get on Amazon, it's fucking there that day or the next day.
Oh, you can get same day delivery now.
That's right. But in my mindset, because I grew up with no money, right, and grew up fuck all, right, I want to give my kids everything. But what I've done is inadvertently what everyone else has done. Kids now feel that they've got everything, right? So they're not hungry. No. They're not growing up with that hunger. You know what I mean? So they're going onto the internet, they're making their money on the internet. No one's going to have to graft or no one's going to have to, like, you know what I mean? It's total. The playing field has fucking changed. Do you know what I mean? It's that want of that growing up.
You got 11-year-olds on YouTube making more off of that than the Prime Minister does in a year. On their
playing fucking games.
So where's the ambition to go and get a trade or
a year? We're not going to do it.
That's the struggle. What we've got to go with, but more power to them. You know?
Did you read that study in Japan? There's I think it's Japan or China. I saw it the other day. I could probably find it actually. I can Google it. And they were saying that being a video game player, professional video game player, is a job. They pay them. But
people pay to level up their games.
Correct. That's what they were doing. They were paying people to level up the games. So while they're at work, they didn't lose their prestige rating. But here's the thing. They've now got an epidemic, right, of children with short-sightedness, something-opia, hyperopia, something-opia, meaning short-sightedness, right? So now because they're constantly looking at a fucking screen that's there. And you look at everyone, we're going to have a nation of bad necks. Yeah. You're always fucking looking down, you know what I mean? Or short-sightedness because you're looking at porn all fucking day. I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's strange how we've evolved. Yeah. You know, we're gonna have thumbs like Arnie's muscles from texting. You ever watched someone speed text?
Oh yeah.
And they've written sound on. Oh yeah. That tick sound, that tick sound.
But in a way, like, we've become more advanced with our thumbs, but what about the other 8 digits? We've become more I don't know. We've gone backwards with the
You're
rest.
used to scratching your arse and scratching your head when your phone's dead or something.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
You ever seen someone? I mean, I'm guilty of it. I'm not going to lie. You ever seen someone whose phone, like, they've left their phone at home? If you go out, try it, do it now. Like, don't have your phone with you. You're checking it. You're looking for it. If it's gone, like, fuck, phone's not where. It's like you lost an arm. Do you know what I mean? It's not. If you lost an arm and you pick your phone up, you'd probably still be more relieved that you found your phone than your arm.
Yeah. Well, we did a task. We have apprentices come in the gym all the time. So they do like a week, 2 weeks, whatever it may be. So we had these apprentices in. They must have been 16, 17 years old.
Yeah.
And Jerry, owner of ABC Fitness, Leon C, just to get that in there.
Big up Jerry. Big up Jerry the Beast East.
Exactly. And Jerry got them in. And I come into work and there was a couple of A4 pieces of paper with loads of tallies on it. I'm talking like hundreds and hundreds of tallies. And I was like, what are you guys doing? And Jerry's like, oh, he's just asked us for like all day how many notifications we get. Like any notifications, emails, Instagram, likes, whatever it may be, post notifications on their phone.
I'll turn mine off.
There was at least an A4 page. And then Jerry said, look, if you can both come in tomorrow, hand me your phones, and I'll give it back to you at the end of the day, because, you know, they're apprentices, they don't earn a lot of money. I'll give you 20 quid each. They both refused. He went up to 30, and they said no. I was like, why could you not? And then going back to the youth as well, it's like, you know, you'd cycle round to your friends, can so-and-so play out, no one's at his dad's, all right, you cycle back, you find something else to do. I remember calling, like, cousins, relatives, friends, whatever it may be, on a certain night. And it was after 5 o'clock because it was free to call for an hour.
That's it, yeah.
59 minutes, hang on. Dial again.
Yeah, that's it, dial again. Yeah, I remember, I remember that. Yeah.
But it would be
after
like
6, wasn't it?
I've spoke to you for an hour or 2 hours on a Thursday night. Now you go and live your life and focus on you and be present where you are for the next 167 hours. And then next Thursday at 6 o'clock, I'll just give you a bell. I know where you're going to be. I'm not going to miss anything else out. By not replying instantly, nothing's going to happen. But we've just become so addicted to these screens and the release of dopamine. We're becoming
Instagram.
We're becoming cyborgs. We're part machine, part man.
Yeah, but you are.
Or woman, or part person.
Yeah.
Part machine, part person. Get us in trouble.
Yeah. Oh,
We've
person.
become
Oh, yeah.
telepathic.
Side person. Yeah.
We're telepathic.
Don't even fuck it. That's for another podcast, another day.
Yeah, no. But we are telepathic now. I can tell you what's on my mind without even speaking to you.
Do you know what?
I'm texting you.
I saw a TED talk on that. And they were saying that telepathy exists.
It does,
because
yeah.
technically, I could look at you, not speak to you, and physically send a message to your phone without talking. That's a full. By default, it's fucking telepathy.
And you are a barefaced liar
right?
if you can say no to this. You have texted someone in the same room as you before, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. You get kids text their mum downstairs. Can you make us a drink?
I have. Mainly, I'll tell you when I do it.
I text people the same way.
I do it to my daughter, and if she's listening to this, Evie, I do text her going, you know you love me. But then they do it to me. Papa, Padre, They want fucking a Padre or Papa. That's what I know, how much. I just write how much. You know what I mean? 'Cause you know how much, you know they fucking want something, you know what I mean? That's it. I've done it, mainly in meetings. When I'm sitting in meetings, I might text someone, you melt, while they're talking or something. Like, you wet lettuce. So just to try and, like... I'll tell you another thing as well. Childish of me, but I can't help it. Like, when someone says something that's got an innuendo to it, and you'll see all these people in the meeting, not phased, but one person, and it's normally me and someone else go, like, just look at each other as if to say, when someone goes, like, you know, I don't know what it was, someone might say, if you've ever seen Little Britain, you know, bitty.
Yeah.
Bitty. That thing, like, someone go, it's a bit bitty, but, and I'll go, right, and then I'm looking for someone to validate the fact that something has set it off in my head, and if no one does, I feel upset. You know, I think, am I the only one here with a sense of humour that has like got a little bit of, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm terrible like that. Just little things. Little things go off in my head. I can't take anything. I can take things seriously, but I don't take life too seriously.
No.
And I think that's another key to everything. Don't take life too seriously. Don't take it. Take it. You've got to have some degree of fun. You're not a fucking machine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And don't treat yourself like one. You know, because you will break. Things are like, you know.
Yeah.
You've got to have a little bit of relaxation.
Exactly.
That's it.
No, you do. It's all part of it. Yeah, you shouldn't take yourself too seriously. Don't be afraid to poke fun at yourself, because like you're not allowing yourself to have as much interactions as well, because you just seem stuck up. You seem a bit arrogant. You seem a bit too serious. It's like that. It's that energy again. It's like I usually make fun of myself in situations to make other people feel more comfortable. You know, like if you're in a new situation and there's people around, I prefer to like...
They feel more
kind
open.
of in a funny way put myself down or downplay myself.
Yeah.
Because you get on their level. Even down to like when I talk to clients sometimes.
Or lower than you.
Lower. I take a knee.
Everybody like,
take a knee sometimes and they're looking down on me, otherwise it's just imposing. And you know, but
I 100% agree with that. 100% agree. I do. Like anyone who's listening to this and anyone who knows me, there's probably a few people who know me or in meetings know that there's the level of the meeting and then there's my level, right? Which is very low. That's it. And I'm honest, right? People say to me, you swear a lot. But to me, that's realism, right? That's me not stifling myself. You're getting 100% unfiltered realism.
Yeah.
That's what you're getting. Okay? I'm not being nasty. I might say fuck and shit quite a lot, yeah? But you're getting realism. I'm not doing it on purpose. I try and curb it. But it's the way my dad was with me, and it's just, I don't know, you'll get honesty and realism. That's it. Some people like it, some people don't, but I'm of the mind, I'm not doing it to upset you, right? I'm not doing it to upset you. I'm doing it because it's me.
I think it's a form of showing passion in what you are. Like, if you're passionate about something and your energy and, you know, like you can probably, and hopefully on this podcast, hear in our voices how passionate and energetic, you can hear our energy over this.
Yeah.
Because we believe in this so much and we want to share this message, that you do get carried away and you do throw the odd like shit and fucking everything into it because you're not using it distastefully. It's because you're just so fucking passionate about it that you want to get your point across.
It's the key though, isn't it? Don't be perfect. Because you're not. No one's going to be perfect. Right? Listen, when I say you're not perfect, right, that's not a dig or anything like that. That's me saying, show the impurities. Because that's you. Okay? That's you. That's who you are. Don't fucking hide it. Because sometimes stifling who you are or feeling like you have to stifle something, that's not right.
No.
You got to be you. And if you're in an environment where you can't be you, then you've got to find a new environment to be in. Or people should accept you for that.
Yeah. You shouldn't. They say fake it till you make it, right? But then when you make it, you're fake.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Well, I think
there's ways of doing it in a sly way.
I heard the other day, Gary V, right, he released his podcast actually was about how he hated people who fake it till they make it. Now, just to put the rhetoric across, right, I do agree, but I don't.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword, isn't it?
And the reason I don't is Richard Branson said something. He said, if you go for a job interview and you're not 100% sure how to do the job, tell them you do know how to do it and fucking learn how to do it while you're there. Now, I'm a great advocate of that because I've done it, right? It's plain and simple as that. I have. I've fucking done it myself. Yeah, I've done it. I've gone into a job and I've learned it and everything else. Sometimes it's about having the balls. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not going for a fucking job as a brain surgeon, okay? I'm not going for a job as a brain surgeon. And I'm not going to sit in an interview and go, yeah, I can do that. And I'm sitting there and I'm going to kill somebody. That's not what I'm fucking saying. I'm not advocating that you can go for a job as a rocket scientist or you go knocking on Elon Musk's door and say, yeah, I'm going to build electric cars and all you've done is stack shelves in Sainsbury's. Okay, you're out of your fucking depth. What I'm saying is there are certain jobs you can do that are a slight upgrade of where you are now. You know you can do it, right? You know you can do
you
it.
Can
Some
black
places,
it.
yeah, that's right, because there are certain jobs you're not going to get the experience unless you've done a job. You're not going to get a job unless you've done the experience. So it's a catch-22. It's not what you know, it's who you know. We're getting into that way anyway now.
Yeah, I mean,
university graduation is not like... No. I mean, it's starting... everyone should go to uni. Do you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I think you should. You know, I loved it. And you've got to do it. But it's not as necessity as it used to be, you know?
I think like this is going to be a very like it's just a double-edged sword again. It's like on one side, university is great. Like if you know what you're going to do, you're going to have a purpose. Yeah, like you've used yours for engineering. You've used yours for building your career, your business. Yeah. Other people become teachers that are changing lives, and I definitely think they should get paid 5 times more than they do.
There's set paths. There's set paths.
But if you're just going into university to get a high-paid job just because of the money. Okay, if that fulfills you, then go about your business. But if it doesn't, do something bad. But I just personally believe you're signing yourself up for a life of stress. Because university can be stressful, deadlines can be stressful, essays can be stressful, and then you leave the degree with debt, which is stressful.
Yeah.
And then mum and dad say, well, you need a higher paying job to pay off this stressful debt. What usually comes with a high paying job? stress. And then you've got to climb the stressful ladder. And this isn't with all cases of university, because there are people that leave and do fulfilling jobs or what they want to do. And
some people pay off their student loan, right? I mean, some firms come in and just pay.
They will do it. Yeah.
They do it, don't it?
But all I'm saying is with that one instance, don't sign yourself up for a life of stress. But going back to the job interview thing, my first teaching job, I only just signed up for the course to learn, to get which used to be called Petals, Preparing to Teach in the Lifelong Learning Sector. This is what I did about 8-9 years ago. And I was on the course as I had the interview and was already telling them I was a qualified teacher. And it is, you're saying about don't be scared of being perfect, and you should take imperfect action.
But
I think that it's massive, yeah. And one of the things, I'm actually taking a quote from my last business coach. So Scott Weddle, if you're listening to this, much love. He's a great business coach.
Yeah, we'll get him on.
And we will be working with him soon. But he always said to me, jump off the cliff first and build the parachute on the way down.
Yeah.
Because you could spend, talking about motivation and procrastination and not starting a new venture, you could spend 6 months building the parachute, and then you go to jump off the cliff, like the diving board you said, and you go, actually, I don't like the colour of the parachute. So then you procrastinate for another month changing the colour. Oh, I don't like the stitching. Before you know it, a year's gone by and you haven't started that business venture. Okay, you may jump off first and only part build the parachute on the way down and get a few bumps and scrapes. But those bumps and scrapes will heal and you'll learn a lesson from that. You'll get the feedback and you'll come back stronger. And you just keep taking that leap, because you can't have 1 foot in your old life and 1 foot in your new, because eventually you're going to do the splits. And that's not fucking that's not fucking pleasant, is it? Do you know what I mean? That's painful.
Yeah.
So sometimes you need to jump 2 foot in, but you can only take that leap. You've got to take that initial leap and build the parachute, the safety net, the plane, whatever it is, on the way down.
Yeah.
Take imperfect action.
Well, they do say that
because you'll never do it
engineers and entrepreneurs, don't they?
Yeah.
They say an engineer or an entrepreneur is somebody who takes the leap and builds the parachute on the way down. That's what they're saying. That's it. University is doing degrees and everything else. My daughter's going to go to university. She wants to do law, right?
Yeah.
But I don't particularly want her to get a student loan as such. So I'm gonna try and pay for it. Do it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that bothers me, because in doing that, am I setting myself and her up to fail in the fact that I'm trying not to let her have debt. I want her to not worry about anything.
Yeah,
right?
Of course.
But at the same time, am I setting out that am I adding extra pressure? Am I not? I don't know. Is it like she feels like if she does fail and there's something wrong, is she letting me down? I don't ever want her to feel that way. Do you know what I mean? It's difficult. I think it's difficult for kids and everything, for university, for picking what you want to do. Like my brother Daniel, who's going to be on the podcast as well. He did university. He did. He wanted to be a journalist.
Yeah, Lincoln. Wasn't
but he let uni break him in a way that it was not what he wanted it to be. Right? He had aspirations, and I know now, and I've said it to him 100 times. He's a talented writer. He's a talented motherfucker, my brother.
He's smart as hell.
He's smart as hell, very quiet, but you get him on the subject of something and he absolutely breaks away, goes fucking crazy. It's like he just goes. But normally 9 times out of 10 is quite quiet. But when he was at uni and he wanted to be a journalist, he left uni let down. Like he felt as if he'd wasted his time. But I've said to him before, we live in an era now where if he wants to be a journalist, he could write his own blog, he could do his own podcast, he could write his own news stuff and everything else. He could do that now. And I want to give him the platform to do it, because I do believe that he has got something to say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Which is crazy.
For
him not to do it. But, it's one of them things, isn't it? I think that brings you on to something else, doesn't it? It's talent. And it's a fucking terrible thing to waste. If you're good at something, find a platform to do it. You live in that era now where you can do anything, you can say anything, you can build a platform, you can build a website. If you want to say something, you can say it. It's not a big deal, it's not a problem.
Mm-hmm.
You wanna blog, you get a blog, go on, you get it for free. You want to make a video, get your phone in your pocket, you've got a phone, and it's got,
you have the technology.
God knows how many 4K camera that's on there. It's fucking as good as any camera you can ever buy. Make a video, tell people. There's a million people out there that are just like you, and you're not alone.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's what you've got to think. Like, anyone that you think is a level above you, or however you want to word it, they're no different to you. They're just one person. The thing is, they've just gone for it. They've taken a risk. That's put themselves out there.
People who take action.
Take action. That is it. You know, you can talk about the law of attraction and all that, and it is a bit fluffy and a bit woo-woo, but it's the law of taking action. You know, you attract thoughts in. Like, I can't sit here and manifest a Porsche into my life. You know, by sitting there thinking about Porsche, thinking about Porsche. I remember seeing a meme saying, like, what you fear the most is what you attract. He said, I fear $1 billion.
Yeah.
It's like,
I'm so scared of money. I'm so scared of it.
But you can have affirmations and all that sort of stuff and projections and, you know, think over and over again about having a Porsche, if that's what you want. But what will happen is hopefully, if you do that enough, what will show up is the action steps that you need to take to do it. Because if you do not implement, if you do not take action, that is the missing link from having an idea and actually smashing that idea and creating it, making a success.
Implementation. That's it. You haven't got to... Look, nobody's perfect. You can start it. Winston Churchill said, success is going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. Right? So go out, fail. Go out, do it again, fail better. Don't make the same mistake twice. Do it differently. Do it again and again and again, and be prepared to fucking fail. If you want to own a business, be prepared to fail, because failure is the best fucking teacher. I fucked up more stuff, but I've learned from every mistake. I learned about advertising. I messed up when I had business and I went to the wrong advertisers. I spent fucking money. You either win, right? You either win or you pay for lessons, and that's the way I fucking see it. That is it. That's life. You win or you pay for lessons. I never lose. You know what I mean? I never lose. That's it. And everything I walk away with a lesson. I've made a lot of mistakes, but I've never lost. That's it. I know next time not to spend my money on that. I know I wasted it on this and I did that. But you learn. You pick something up.
Exactly.
You know?
That's it. Yeah. And the only way you lose is if you give up. And you shouldn't give up.
Yeah, don't give up.
Don't give up.
Don't give up.
And it is.
You can rest. You can slow down. But you don't fucking stop.
Oh, sometimes you need to slow down to move faster.
Yeah.
To take a look at everything and see where the most yield's coming from, the most efforts. Look at your, you know, if you want to get business related, like KPIs, your key performance indicators, see where you're going wrong or right. I mean, I've got a massive sales background, and it was welcoming the no's, welcoming the objections, welcoming the rejection that you take to learn the lesson, to think, how can I do better? And it was playing like a numbers game. You know, I knew that if you like, in the beginning, every like, I don't know, 7 calls I did, I got a sale. So I couldn't wait for no number 5, couldn't wait for no number 6. It was like, the next one's going to be a yes. I can't fucking wait for that. And it was great. But then I was looking back, once again, slowing down and moving forward, going, okay, let me have a look at my sales process. Let me see.
Like the ones that said no, why?
Exactly, and that's where I learned the lesson.
Dealing with objection is the other one. And dealing with procrastination and how they deal with it. There's a good Grant Cardone. He has written some amazing books. Right, Sell or Be Sold. Just read that. That's superb. Right, and he talks about that as well, about how you counteract objections. They're all the same. There's nobody, like they say, an individual. It's not. They're all the same objections. They're all come up with the same old bullshit. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, and we love to say no. We love to reject on price, and it's commitment. And I mean, a good salesperson will always overcome objections, and they'll always whittle it down to whether it's price or value. And 9 times out of 10 it's value. So then it's your fault as the sales consultant. I always say to my team, you know, if someone says no, it's your fault, not theirs. Because you haven't shown up for them enough. You haven't asked enough questions. You haven't dug deep enough. You haven't found out all the objections. You haven't called them out their bullshit there.
If they were there, right, they were 50% in the way to buy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You just couldn't close.
Yeah, exactly. And people don't ask for the business. They finish it, they do a great consultation, they do a great needs analysis, they call you out with your bullshit, they do their features, their benefits, their feedback of the product, whatever it may be, but at the end, they don't ask for the business. They say, so do you want to sign up? I say, I don't know, do I? They're not closing.
You normally say,
they're selling and they're
where
closing.
Do you want to sign?
They're selling and they're closing. So many times I've seen in the group, we have a group, you know, we kind of like ping a message when we do a sale or ring a bell, and they go, boom, sale, comes through the group. And it's like, okay, cool. Okay, so what did they sign up on? Oh, well, they're going to pay me tomorrow. And it's like, okay, so you sold, you didn't close. What happens tomorrow? 9 times out of 10?
They drop down.
They go ghost on you. They go ghost mode. And then you lose them. And that's it.
But you've got to be prepared for that remarket.
Yeah.
That extra deal. Okay, I've had a word and I can do you a better deal here and everything else, you know. But I think the next one we'll have to do on selling.
Yeah. 100%. We'll dive deeper into methods of selling.
We'll dive deep on methods of selling.
Yeah.
We'll go through on that.
So, yeah, stay tuned for the next one, because we're going to go through Methods of selling, needs analysis, speaking the language of your audience, how to overcome objections, and how to actually close with confidence.
How to spot bullshit as well.
Exactly. Call people out on their BS.
Yeah, that's it. That's a big one.
And it's your job to do so. Like, you need to be willing to ask people the questions that most people don't, and say the raw and real shit. Because once I said, in Latin, converted to sell means to serve. You want to serve people to the best of your ability.
Beautiful. I love it. That's it. Well, I'm John, and this is Russell, and this has been a Mad Positivity podcast. As usual, if you want to speak to us or you want to send us an email, you can send an email to John at madpositivity.tv or Russell at madpositivity.tv. And this has been about motivation, and we thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.
See you guys.